Hello, everybody. It is Monday, February 16th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. We're going to start today with the NBA All-Star game that happened last night. We're going to talk about the entirety of All-Star weekend, what actually happened, and what it means for the NBA. It was a pretty good All-Star game last night. I was unfortunately unable to watch it as I had work, but it was pretty good. The new format, of course, being the Team World versus the two USA teams, Team Stars and Team Stripes. The foreign-born players played on Team World, and the All-Stars that were born in the USA and are American played on either Team Stars or Team Stripes. And aside from the final, all of these games were very, very close and very entertaining. The first one was Stars versus World, and this this game was these games were all competitive, and Victor Wembanyama was definitely a big part of that. He came out playing like an actual game, and although it still was very relaxed, not the same as a typical game, they were playing hard. They were actually playing defense, which was nice to see. But yeah, this game was actually very close. It went down to overtime between Team World and Team Stars. Scotty Barnes hit the game winning three, and 37-35 was the final score in that one. The second game was Team Stars and Team Stripes, and then these are the two American teams, and this one went back and forth. This one went down to the wire, a buzzer beater from De'Aaron Fox to win this one for the Stripes. And then it was World versus Stripes, and this one was where Kawhi Leonard took over. He balled out in this one. He had 31 points by himself. Well, an 11-0 run by himself. Kawhi Leonard balled out in this one. 48-45, the final for that one. And the last one was a bit of a blowout. 47-21, the Stars beat the Stripes. And Anthony Edwards was the MVP. Just a nice game. Nice All-Star game weekend. It was this these were all good games, and I think it's very good that the players were actually taking it seriously and competing. Wembanyama was a big part of that. Anthony Edwards as well. He played great. Kawhi was balling out. So it's nice to see that the players are taking it seriously, and I think this is a format the NBA has been searching for. They've been trying new things, trying to make it more fun, more entertaining. I think this is a good a good format. I like what they're doing here. The rest of the All Star weekend, the 3 point contest was very entertaining. Damian Lillard won that one against Devin Booker. Two great shooters. The dunk contest was bad. It was not good. It makes me think of the days 2016. Hard to believe that was 10 years ago that Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon went back and forth in the dunk contest. That was an all-time dunk contest. But this year it's not very good. I'm not even sure who won, to be honest with you. You have to look that up yourself because I'm not looking at that. I'm not. Actually, I can see right here. I don't even know. It doesn't even say. That's how bad it was. Oh well. Aside from the dunk contest, though, I think it was a success this All Star weekend in Los Angeles. It was good. It was good. It was very enjoyable for a lot of people, and this is good. So, second half of basketball will be starting on Thursday. We'll look at the standings before then just to see what's what. Now we're going to transition over to we're going to go to football actually because there were two big moves from the Miami Dolphins. Uh and yeah, it's pretty crazy what the Dolphins are doing. So, they released Tyreek Hill and they released Bradley Chubb. Tyreek Hill, um, very, very fast, very skilled receiver, nearing the end of his career. He's definitely past his prime, but his prime was something else, man. He's just the cheetah, so fast. He's won Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and the first year with the Dolphins was something else. But these past couple of years, he's not been as good. This past year, gruesome leg injury in Week 4, and he's been out. He did not play after that because recovering from the injury. It was a season-ending injury, and the Dolphins released him as well as Bradley Chubb, who is a skilled defensive end. He did not play all of last year, so the Dolphins look like they're going into full rebuild mode, which is unfortunate for them. Curious to see what happens with Jalen Waddle if he gets traded, some of their other star players, but the Dolphins look to be blowing it up and looking to build for the future. So that's that for football. We'll see where they land. Um, Bradley Chubb is probably the more intriguing one because he's still. They're both good players. Bradley Chubb feels like he has more in the tank, so we'll see where he ends up. And then for Tyreek, it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back from that leg injury. So we'll see about that. Quick little spring training notice. Yesterday was the first day that all of the position players were required to be there, and they did show up. Harrison Bader's first practice with the Giants was yesterday. It looked good. All these guys look good. Elliot Ramos looks good. It looks like he put on muscle and lost fat as well. So good job for Elliot. She's trying to focus on his defense, which is very important. That would help him a lot. But the squad looks good this year. Rise has been there since the start. Very excited to get this season underway. And spring training is in full swing now, so that's great to see. Now we're going to go to hockey. We're going to talk about the games that happened yesterday, and then we'll preview the playoff format for the Olympics. So first, we're going to talk about the games that happened yesterday. I talked about this before. Canada 10-2 over France. Switzerland 4-3 over Czechia. Denmark ended up beating Latvia 4-2. And then the United States of America beat Germany 5-1 in this game. Austin Matthews had 2 goals in this one. Other goals, Tage Thompson, Faber, and Werenski for the USA. I was gonna say strong win, but it really wasn't. I mean, we had a good amount of shots. We were successful on the power play, but the first period was not good. I mean, it was kind of a laugh fest. We had players falling down, skating into each other. The U.S., even though we won all 3 of our games in a pretty convincing fashion, I'm not convinced, however, that we have what it takes to take on Canada and win, because Canada looks very, very strong. And let's get into the playoff format. I have a picture of it here. So this is the playoff format for the men's hockey in the Olympics. So the 1 seed is Canada, and they will face 8 or 9. That is Czechia and Denmark. So actually, let's just do the teams with the bye. These are the teams with the bye. So Canada, United States, that's the 2. Finland is the 3 seed. Or no, wait. Can't. Let's do some math here. Let's try and get this right. Canada's the 1 seed. USA is the 2. Slovakia, surprise winner of their group. They are the 3 seed. And then Finland is the non-group winner with the bye. And 8 and 9 is Czechia and Denmark. The winner of that will face Canada. Switzerland, Italy. Winner of that will face Finland. Switzerland is the 5 seed. Sweden and Latvia, 7 and 10, will face the United States. And Germany and France, 6 and 11, they will take on Slovakia. The winner of that game will take on Slovakia. So for the United States, I feel like that's kind of the toughest draw. I mean, we beat Latvia already, but if Sweden wins this game, which they are favored to, that's a tough draw. That's a rough. That's probably the best team in my opinion coming out of the first round. Sweden has been a little bit slow. They did lose to Slovakia, but I think Sweden is definitely one of the better teams in this tournament, and getting them, in the quarterfinals, not very good. That would not be ideal. But yeah, it's Canada, United States, Slovakia, and Finland with the bye to the quarterfinals. The qualifying is going to be happening all on Tuesday. Czechia, Denmark, Switzerland, Italy, Sweden, Latvia, and Germany and France. Now, let's get into the women's side of the tournament. Let's just pull it up here. I know that the semifinals happened happening today. Let me just pull it up. I know the United States women result already is in. The other games at 12:10. That's Canada and Switzerland to face. Winner of that will face the United States. The United States women hockey team won again in the semifinal against Sweden 5-0. And if you're keeping track, that means the United States women have won all 5 of their games by a combined score of 31-0. To nothing. 0 goals allowed, 31 goals for. That is dominant. The absolute dominance by the United States women. They beat Canada 5-0. They're just they're so good. And they look like the clear favorite to win. They haven't even allowed a goal yet, and they might not allow a goal in the entirety of the tournament if they have a shutout in the championship game, which will be on February 19th. So it's 3 days away. Man, that is this is like watching the United States women's soccer team in the 2010s. Just you go up against them, you have no chance. You have no chance. They're just too good. And very, very proud of this team. Makes me proud to be an American. 31-0 combined score. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. So just dominant. Dominance. So that game, the winner of the later game, Canada and Switzerland, will face the United States. And that's a tough draw. The United States of America, women's hockey team, put in the work and just dominating. So that's great. That's great. Anything else to talk about? Doesn't look like it. So, yeah, it's just me today. Just me talking. We're going to try to have Noah on tomorrow. Um, Maybe another episode coming out later today. I need to work on the Niners retrospective that might be coming out later today. I don't know. I got a biology test to study for, but I do have all day. It is a holiday. Happy President's Day. So that's gonna do it for today's episode. Not any major things, but all 4 sports talked about, so that's pretty cool. And F1 testing was this weekend. It's the rule change for the F1. Very interesting to try and see who looks the best coming out of testing. I believe it was Bahrain testing. And the cars seemingly are sandbagging. They're not showing their true speed. But everyone is basically talking about their opponents, trying to talk them up, trying to make them the favorite. Nobody wants to be the favorite in the preseason, which I'm not completely, I don't completely understand that, but I guess there's strategy to that. The big 4 seemingly still the same: McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes. But it looks like Red Bull is very strong in the straightaway, and Mercedes looks like that as well. And other teams fall in. It looks like Aston Martin is looking like the worst team, and Williams probably like 5 or 6. So that's kind of where things are lining up for the F1. I'm not sure when the season starts, actually. I feel like I definitely want to make a note of that so we can talk about it. I'm very excited for the season to get going. F1 schedule. Saturday, March 7th in Melbourne. That's not too far away. It's just a couple of weeks. Yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait for F1 to come back. That's gonna do it for today's episode, though. We'll see. I don't even know if there's anything happening today. Just the women's hockey. So tomorrow might be a more niche episode. If we have Noah on, we're definitely going to talk about the Olympics in that format. But the game is starting. The qualifying for the men is tomorrow, so we'll talk about that. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Time to wrap it up. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.